The shadow of absolute evil. The shadow of absolute evil had crossed the sea and now sought the chosen target, a dark elf named Thalya. A long, long time ago, the absolute evil had, in the famous predecessor to this game, subjugated the known world and defeated good. Now, in a world full of blackness and despair, it spent its days sipping cocktails from the skulls of its enemies and forging new plans over a grilled unicorn kebab. Unfortunately, there wasn't much left to forge. A few orc wedges, the occasional trick played on the little snots. There just wasn't anything left to conquer. As the weeks and months passed, the absolute evil grew ever more reticent and seclusive. From time to time, one could hear a slight murmur from the depressed evil's super-secret laboratory in the depths of the dungeon. Its creatures grew more worried with each passing day, and even started to miss its ingenious evil tricks. It was a somewhat confusing time for them. No beatings, no torture, and no being sent to a senseless death. On the other hand, it was a rather nice change. Eons passed, and the unicorn supply dwindled until suddenly, one wonderful day, the evil genius Evil joyfully burst from its super-secret laboratory. It finally had a new goal. An unknown continent, as often found in sequels, lay to the east, sheltered from the wicked evil by naught but a puny little ocean. It immediately had a fleet built. This was so powerful that it covered the horizon from north to south and was manned by the best and most powerful creatures at the devious evil's command. The fleet set sail for the crossing to this new continent, left the harbor, and sank. Yet that mattered naught to the couldn't-give-a-hoot about its minions evil. It instructed its goblins and little snots to design an even more powerful fleet. These new ships were gigantic. Loaded with devious evil's second-best creatures, the fleet set out. And that sank as well. The annoyed evil saved his relentless anger towards the shipbuilders for later. Obviously, it would have to take care of the matter itself. With a sigh, it cast a spell and created a shadow of itself, a creature of absolute darkness and evilness. This shadow flew across the water towards the east. There, it would find a vessel, a corruptible being that would subjugate this land in the name of evil, and the shadow had the perfect target in mind. The great paladin Thanos, hero of the totally Eastern Kingdoms and a repugnantly good fellow. He was visiting the fatiguing library in Twistram with his comrades to see his foster daughter Thalya.
Well now, Thalya, tell me about your studies. Are you making progress with the writings of the ancient sages?
Yes, dear father. I have thoroughly digested it and have come a step closer to the good. The desire within me to do evil is defeated.
Really? Excellent. I am proud of you, my child. Continue to concentrate on your studies. I must go to Stormbreeze to clear up a few matters. I'll be back soon. In the meantime, my loyal friend Grimly will protect the country. Should anything trouble you, you can turn to him. Isn't that right, Grimly?
Aye, of course, Thanos. I'll keep an eye on the damned elf. Your daughter. You can count on me.
Then I'll see you soon, my friends. May the goddess watch over you, and the light burn eternally.
Bon voyage, dear father. I'll make you so proud of me. Who does good is good.
Yuck. Disgusting phrases like that always leave such a nasty taste in my mouth. These abnormally good heroes, on the other hand, had no inkling of the malignity gathered to the south. One moment a herd of sheep was peacefully grazing, and the next moment, whoomph! With a fulminant explosive effect that ate up half our special effects budget, the Shadow entered the world. His target, a dark elf caught between good and evil, was very close. As the shadow of the unspeakably evil moved through the world, all around it died. Plants withered. Animals perished. Sort of like a picnic with my family. The shadow of the far-off evil found itself very, very close to Twistram. It could practically feel its target's presence.
Take these lanterns, men, and let the light of the goddess shine. For the night is dark and full of terrors. And there's a pile of horse poo around here somewhere. I trod in it earlier. For the darkness! I mean, for the light! Sorry, I'm still in training.
Yes, well, that is somewhat suboptimal. Naturally, the shadow of the almighty evil was an incredibly powerful creature. But, well, light was a bit of an issue. It would certainly be wise to stay out of the lantern light. Lanterns! Lanterns everywhere! Lanterns! You'd think some nutcase hung them all over the place just to be irritating. I'm supposed to be the evil one here. Whatever. The shadow of the nestled cozily before the fireplace evil was extremely sensitive to light and would inevitably take damage from it. It was important to avoid light as much as possible. The shadow reached the entrance to Twistram. Fortunately, this one was not closed, but it was brightly lit. Luckily, there was an unfortunate guard on patrol that the shadow was able to possess, thanks to its incredible powers. As long as it wasn't in the light. The shadow of absolute evil melded with the guard and took control of his body. Thus, it was able to pass through the gate with ease.
What was that? I think there was something wrong with that last beer.
Unfortunately, the shadow's possession only lasted a short while before the guard was able to free himself. Still, it was long enough to get past the gate. The shadow's target was close, so close. Thalya, the dark elf. Soon she would fight on the side of evil.
May the goddess be with you, my friends. It will soon be time to open the orphanage in the fatiguing library. Come to the big square and join in the festivities.
Well, I don't know.
I had actually kind of planned to spend the evening in the bathhouse.
Friends, this orphanage is very important to my father. Tanos, you know, the mighty paladin, the one you really don't want to offend.
Yeah, all right, we'd love to come.
Excellent! May the light of the goddess shine upon you, and let us experience this exhilarating spectacle in the big square together. Follow me, my friends, for evil, the light, I mean. Keep the light burning bright, for the night is dark and full of terrors or errors or something like that.
Stop holding the lantern in my face like that, boy. I am Grimly, king of the dwarves, and I am used to the cold, dark tunnels under the mountains. I have no need of any stupid lamp shining into me eyes. Now I'm stuck with that damn pointy-eared... I mean, my good friend Tanos' foster daughter. Curse him. A dark elf is a dark elf, and nothing will change that. The girl will always be tainted. Should have cut her ears off when I had the chance. Enough chit-chat, men. You stay here and secure the area. I have to go check my invention. Stay alert. I can feel something evil lurking in the area. And it's not just that damn pointy-eared... I mean, that elf.
In the distance, one could hear the unbearably good bells of a church. They must be marking the opening of the orphanage in the fatiguing library. Heroes with lanterns began to stream in that direction. The crossing on a red signal evil shadow swore, or would have if it had a mouth, and tried to avoid the lanterns as much as possible.
Library for our goddess, and in the name of my father Tanos, I'm glad to see so many of you here of your own free will.
Finally, the time had come, and the shadow of the passes in the slow lane evil was within range of Thalya, the dark elf. The time had come for it to use its incredible powers to possess her for a short time.
I am happy to see us all gathered here today to open the orphanage here in the fatiguing library, in the name of all that is evil. I mean, in the name of the light. This place will in future be a beacon of our kind-heartedness and our bloodthirst. I mean, our humanity. My dear father would be very proud were he with us today. He would be overjoyed to see us give the young and the needy a place to live and thrive. That's why I'm happy to take this orphanage and destroy it utterly, and all of you with it.
What did she say?
Die! I will kill you all! I feel the power within me. Oh, it's over 9,000!
Unimagined powers surfaced in Thalya, the black magic of the Dark Elves. She immediately began to unleash these... The Dark Elf raged through Twistram's inexperienced guards. She thereby built up a tremendous inner energy, which she released into the world as a focused beam, while screaming, Kamehameha! Meanwhile, in the fatiguing library, they waited eagerly with coffee and cake for Thalya to show up and open the new orphanage. The energy beam hit the cake with a resounding zap and reduced it to ashes. Oh yes, and the rest of the building and everyone inside it as well. The narcissistic evil patted itself on the shoulder for this. Or it would have, but the metal armor always made such a terrible clonking noise when it tried. But then again, that's what little snots are for. Obviously, the Dispatch Shadow had found a perfect vessel in the Dark Elf. Thalya had already earned the title of Employee of the Month, with the utter destruction of the fatiguing library, as well as half of Twistram. The destruction of an orphanage and the bombardment of innocent citizens with magic missiles immediately made her the minion-wasting evil's new favorite henchperson. Her evil deeds complete, Thalya withdrew into the vaults beneath the ruins of the fatiguing library. There, Between the slaughterhouse and Mad Archbishop Lazarus's apartments, she prepared to create something powerful in the name of the absolutely, ultimately evil. A Dungeonheart, the cornerstone of any dungeon's power. Far away, Paladin of Light and Thalya's former mentor, Tanos, was on his way to the Empire's capital of Stormbreeze. Naive and trusting as he was whistling cheerfully to himself, with no inkling of his foster daughter's dark deeds. Though he was aware that as a dark elf, she always had a core of evil in her. He had hoped to defeat it through religious indoctrination with ancient mad writings. Well, old bean, you thought wrong. Twistram In Ruins. Thalya, the dark elf, had turned to evil and laid the fatiguing library in ruins. Now she began to build a small power base in its vaults, her first dungeon. Twistram looked like the leftovers from a heavy metal concert.
What? What have I done? Oh no! I've fallen to evil again. Father will be beside himself. He was right when he said, you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Although, in a way, it was fun to be evil. Burning things, pillaging, and showing those nasty goody two-shoes where the hammer hangs. They just look down at me anyway. My revenge will be terrible.
While Thalya was delivering a typical villainous monologue, something happened around her. From the depths arose a pulsating crystal, filled with the magic-savvy evil's power. A Dungeonheart. Not to be confused with those Dungeonhearts from other games. We don't want to be sued again.
Hello, greetings. What seems to be your boggle?
Secret mental messages were exchanged between Thalya and the mentally savvy evil's crystal. We could explain this in detail at this point, but that would require a 3-hour monologue on my part, and I am definitely not being paid enough for that.
Right then. I will make these people suffer for mocking me. Father's henchmen never liked me anyway, and always insulted me, calling me pointy-eared. It's time for my well-deserved revenge!
Logic internalizing evil had given Thalya an assignment. Out there on the surface were shamelessly good places in urgent need of destruction.
Nah, no problem. I'll take care of it. I and an evil army.
Naturally, the strategically well-versed evil did not send its new general into battle alone. A dungeon had to be built, and creatures hired to provide her with a powerful army. Of course, the sophisticatedly thinking evil already knew which way the wind blew in a dungeon. However, should it be hit by short-term memory loss, it could effortlessly look up things in the fabulous almanac. The grandiose evil's helpers had not been idle. Well, they hadn't exhausted themselves either, but anyway, there were now some research projects the researching evil could pursue. The new improved research menu, TM, was now available. Spiders have spread throughout the underground.
Just wait.
Absolute Evil's little snots had dug out a new room. The new improved research menu TM opened and gave an overview of currently available technologies. At the moment, the selection was still limited, but that would change. After all, this evil crusade had only just begun. There are countless spiders pouring out of a room that was accidentally unearthed. Disgusting.
To the battle!
Payday!
Ouch!
Dragons have nested in the underground. Payday. The bustling evil had dug into a dragon's nest.
Ooh! Ow! Ha 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 ha! Thanos must die!
Blinding beams of light met the dauntless evil's creatures. They briefly squinted at the disgusting brightness. Finally, they grinned, satisfied. At last, they were able to carry the battle to the good people, and were not. The armies of evil reached one of those disgustingly good places that had survived the destruction of Twistram. The ice-cold hand, evil, would deal with it immediately.
Evil is unstoppable! Ooh-ah!
The little town of Good was destroyed and turned into a hotbed of evilness. Cracks formed on the surface, and something, yes, evil, rose from the depths. This evilness, in a practical spherical form, was the sweet lifeblood which flowed through the personified evil's veins. It stimulated the armies of evil and swelled their power. All this lofty blah blah without any impact on the game aside, it was another resource primarily or exclusively used for more powerful research. Delicious evilness flowed into the Dungeonheart and filled it with power. New research was thus made available, which would help the dungeon to even greater power. The impatient evil immediately began to research something.
Showed him.
What is going on here? I feel a disturbance in the force.
The deeds of the conspicuous evil and its henchmen had not gone unnoticed. As a matter of fact, even a blind man could see the destruction they left behind them. As idiotic heroes do, they sent out a small patrol to scout the area.
Move out, men! Have a look around and report back to me. While I would love to accompany you myself, I'm currently, teaching myself to play the ukulele.
Give your orders.
It's payday.
Not gonna get up.
The second island of the good was mercilessly overrun by the strategically savvy evil's hordes and turned into an evil island. Soon, more of that exquisite evilness would be bubbling to the surface. Excellent. Even better than in Dungeons 2. Not that I'm out to plug it or its fantastic add-on or anything. I'd never do that.
evil is unstoppable! What?
Huh? The armies of evil here? Damn it all, how did that happen? Time to call out the heavy guns. Right, men, get ready to attack in waves. Excuse me, sir. Wouldn't it make more sense if we attacked all at once? Where's the fun in that? Wave after wave, that's a strategy for real men.
Thanks to the enemy's limited tactical finesse, their destruction was virtually unavoidable. So it was time to decorate for the victory celebration, to get the beer and hire the orc dancers. Okay, maybe not orcs. I shudder at the thought.
They're gonna be child's play. Leave them to me. I mean, hold them back and let them hit you while I deal with them. Or fills me. I want Tanos's head.
Hey, wasn't that Vinny's vegan cuisine? Oh well, no real loss there.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Hey, where did...
We have conquered the last lair of good. Good is more or less destroyed. Ha! Good thing I switched sides.
In fact, the drooling evil had claimed all the evilness in these lands. Taking the rest of the camps would be a cakewalk, easy as stealing candy from a baby. Candy from a baby? Simple, my arse. Ever tried it? The screaming and crying and fetching their parents and family as reinforcements, and those little beasts bite pretty damn hard. Not that I have any personal experience, of course.
The ultimate, chaotic, absolute, whatever evil will be happy. I am. Father is gonna be so angry. Do you really know what you're doing? You wanted to be good. You had dedicated yourself to the light. Stop and really think about your deeds.
Can you please just stop with the golem thing? We already had too many Lord of the Rings gags in the last two games. Enough is enough.
Yeah, exactly. Just shut it, good me. Take that! This power, it's so incredibly strong!
Thalya and the destructive evil's army had succeeded in destroying Twistram and the surrounding area. Good no longer existed in this land.
Oi! What the hell happened here?
Apparently not quite all of the good guys were defeated. The dwarven King Grimly, an old drinking buddy of Tanos the Paladin, was just touring the country with his exorbitantly large army to ensure everything was in order. Thank God the foresighted evil had provided for this contingency. The Dungeonheart was charged with evilness and enough energy to act as a teleporter. For Thalya, of course.
Ooh, Ooh, good. Then all the best, brave warriors, and stop them! Right! I'm out of here.
With a plop, Thalya dissipated and disappeared to a faraway and safe place. The rest of the sacrificing evil's creatures looked astonished as their general fled, but only for a moment, as they already found themselves facing an unpleasant army of good.
This is the work of that damn pointy-eared wench. I always warned Thanos that those miserable dark elves couldn't be trusted. Criminals, the lot of them. But enough is enough. I'm going to find that shifty witch and use her ears as bookmarks.
The Gehenna Stones. After leaving the vestiges of Twistram, Thalya set out for the Gehenna Stones. They served as seals to keep the demons banished in hell, where Thanos himself had exiled them. Her so-called Foster Fathers Act would soon be undone. After her hasty departure, Thalya now found herself a few kilometers, or miles, yards, or stone throws, depending on whatever crazy units are used where you are, away. She had managed to escape Grimly's forces, even if one or two evil creatures had to die. But hey, that comes with the job. The incredibly foresighted evil hadn't brought Thalya here for nothing. The ancient Gehenna Stones were nearby. Thanos once banished some demonic minions to hell and used these ancient magic relics to seal them there. Unfortunately, it was unclear how these seals could be broken.
I was there back in the day when Thanos banished the demons and sealed the stones. I can open them! But should I really do it? These unearthly beings terrorize the land and... Oh, shut up, good Thalya!
So, you know how to open the seal. Excellent. Devious evil is obviously nobody's fool. It all feels like a real plan.
I just have to get through to the seals, then I can open them. But I need protection from the elemental guardians while I do so.
Okay, that should be doable. Get Thalya to the seals, guard her while she opens them. First, however, it would definitely be a good idea to build a powerful dungeon in order to be prepared for any heroes stationed in the area. There are countless spiders pouring out of a room that was accidentally unearthed. Disgusting. There were disgustingly good places near the dungeon, which would look much better as islands of evilness instead, especially since that evilness could be used for new technologies.
What is that unbearable place doing right in front of my dungeon? Disgusting! Creatures, advance! Destroy that thing! Oh, are you sure you want to do that, Thalya? Shouldn't we sit down in a circle and talk about it one more time? Are you still here? Honestly, can't you see I am busy destroying everything that is good? I don't have time for this disassociative identity order nonsense.
Stop doing the Therese and Jeanette thing. Payday.
There's something funny going on around here. My knee is itching where I caught that arrow. Men, check it out.
The presence of Thalya and the conspicuous Evil's army had not gone undiscovered, and the first miserable heroes were already on their way to the dungeon.
Where we will, of course, welcome them appropriately. Move, you lazy dung beetles! Get ready! You always have to be so unfriendly? I mean, really? Can't we just talk about this? I know this really good psychiatrist and... Don't force me to hit myself!
Yes. As our protagonist sank into one of her disputes with herself, the heroes spread across the surface. There are enemies in your dungeon. A vortex could now be built. This excellent room makes it possible to create direct access to Hell by means of teleportation, or the gun from Portal, in order to hire funny, or sometimes not so funny, demons. The very curious Evil soon began to build one of these vortexes. The first vortex was finished. Here, demons could be hired or resurrected after their inglorious death for a tiny fee of mana.
Mana? But I don't have any mana.
That's true. Yes, but luckily the Gehenna Stones produced exactly that. What a wonderful coincidence.
Time to take out the trash. Destroy them all! I am the Queen of Evil! Take that, you worm! Ouch! What can I do for you?
There are enemies in your dungeon. It's payday.
Drop me on the enemy! I want dead. What do you want me to do? Yeah? Time to take out the trash. Destroy them all! Hasta la vista, baby!
Delicious evilness dribbled into the thereupon feasting evil's dungeon. This could be immediately sacrificed to the excellent idea of completing 1 or 2 new research projects.
Is indescribable. Hasta vista, baby.
Your little snots have uncovered a dragon's nest.
The first Gehenna Stone is very close. Soon I will destroy it. Tanos will be beside himself. Ha 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 ha!
Apparently, there were a few elemental guardians who were not particularly pleased at someone fooling with the stones. They threateningly turned towards Thalya. Of course, the defense-orientated evil would protect her at all costs.
Thalya, what are you doing? Why did you turn back to evil?
Father, I don't know. I keep trying to turn back to good, but a part of me... God, just shut it, you weakling. Tanos, you and your minions always look down on me. Grimly insulted me without you ever saying a word. You drove me to this.
My child, that is not true. Look inside yourself. There's still a spark of good there. Let it guide you, and not this...
Whoops! Looks like I accidentally tripped on a cable or something. Unfortunately, Tanos could not continue to talk to Thalya. What a pity. Undeterred, Thalya continued to work on breaking the stone seal.
Huh? What? Oh, yes, of course. Ha. Soon the seal will be broken. It's done! The seal is broken! Oh, what have I done? May the goddess forgive me. Are you still here? Oh, come on. Can't you pour your heart out somewhere else?
While Thalya was occupied with herself, again, the seal was completely broken. Several portals to a strange world opened in the dungeon. From them, a few extremely committed demons immediately sprang, ready to serve the releasing from exile evil. The Gehenna Stones contained a ruthless and mighty magic that not only supplied the dungeon with mana, but was also very dangerous. This posed no problem for the danger-loving evil, as it was far away. Besides, the magic was only supposed to affect the heroes. With the patience of a fox, the insidious evil now waited for a few heroes to test this ruthless and powerful magic on a few unsuspecting guinea pigs at the cost of a little planet. Unfortunately, the Gehenna Stones magic was not yet available again. Sad, but true. Some new research projects are available for new rooms. I already mentioned this, but it may have been blocked by the unkept Evil's earwax. It's payday.
What's up? What can I do for you?
The homicidal Evil had researched the Tinkerer's Cave. This perfidious room was used by the even more perfidious creatures of the Horde to build deadly traps and sturdy doors out of boring old toolboxes. The adventurous Evil was keen to try this out right away.
Men, take a look at this. There's something strange going on here.
A local patrol unhappily stumbled into the area of the Gehenna Stones. They wouldn't leave without a fight, just the way I like it.
Just the way I like it.
Wait a moment, I just said that. Are you trying to steal my lucrative narrator contract? Back off! I know where your car is. There are enemies in your dungeon. The Gehenna Stones magic was ready for a new, hopefully deadly attack. There are enemies in your dungeon.
To the heroes! you desire?
The Gehenna Stones spell waited to be once again unleashed upon the sadistic evil's enemies.
I want Tanos's head.
The bustling evil had dug into a dragon's nest. As with the first stone, a number of guardians came to life to attack Thalya. In its wisdom, the foresighted evil had already prepared for this. Well, let's hope so, anyway.
Thalya, please, stop doing this. Return to the light. It took me many years, and I had to reload many previous save games before I finally managed to banish all these demons.
Father, I'm trying, but the evil, it's so strong.
Fight it, my child.
Don't forget that this stinker kept you locked up in a place that isn't called the fatiguing library for nothing for the last few years, and that his best friend is a dwarf who hates all elves. I know the narrator should normally be neutral and stay out of the story, but this guy's interjections are getting on my nerves when he's hundreds of miles away.
Right. You're not my father. You just took advantage of me. You claim to be an honest, decent paladin of good, and yet you allowed me to be mocked and insulted. I'm done with you.
Once Thalya had returned to her true nature, she ignored Tanos and turned back to the stones.
This way, hobbits! I mean, evil creatures! Follow me!
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Done. The seal is broken.
Thalya had conquered another Gehenna Stone, this time even without an extended dialogue with her split personality.
Well, actually, I was about to...
Good grief, just shut up. Where were we? Oh yes. Once again, a huge jet of mana shot into the sky, and a portal opened. Whether it led to the Winchester brothers, Buffies, Charmed, or whatever universe, demons, ready to kill, jumped out. As usual in good games, which still have some game time to fill, there was yet a third stone to be conquered. Thalya was already on her way. The Gehenna Stones pulsed with magic. Their spell was once again available. Uh-oh, a spider nest has been unearthed. Why is there a pile of rocks here?
Why are you wearing a mask? Wait a minute. The rock pile? Oh, I'm sure it's nothing important. We should just leave it alone.
The Gehenna Stones pulsed with magic. Their spell was once again available. The made-a-wrong-turn evil's creatures stood at the edge of the world. They were unable to go any further as our engine couldn't display any bigger maps. Oh, did I just say that? I mean, of course they couldn't go any further because, a cliff and a fallen tree blocked the way. Exactly. The third Gehenna Stone was very close. And a third time, the Guardians rose to prevent Thalya from fumbling with the Gehenna Stone. Who would have thought?
Thalya, I beg you.
What? You again? This chap's appearing for the third time already. What is he? The goddamn spirit of Christmas or something? Just shut up and let us get on with the game.
But
That's enough! She's not coming back to you. Get it? I reckon that after another 15 or 16 missions, she's gonna beat the ever-loving crap out of you.
But
My God, you just don't quit, do you? Okay. Thalya, your job.
Shut up, Thanos. Can I say something here?
No.
Yeah? Everything good must die. Finally, the last seal has been broken. Death to all that is good! Power to evil!
Indeed. Thalya had conquered another of the Gehenna Stones. Mana into the sky, demons out of the portal, blah, 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 and so on. You know the score. Now, only the last of the Gehenna Stones had to be taken.
Wait a minute, didn't you say a total of 3 stones? That was the 3rd stone already.
No, you're wrong about that.
No, I am not wrong. You said every good game has 3 goals.
I also said any good game.
True. Not much to say to that. Then it's off to number 4.
The Gehenna Stone's magic was not yet ready. The first Tinkerer's Cave was finished and appeared solid enough. Soon the creatures of the Horde would gather here voluntarily or under the threat of beatings to build dangerous traps for unwary heroes. The Gehenna Stone's magic was ready for a new, hopefully deadly attack.
I knew you'd need.
Thalya, normally all good things come in 3s. But after 4 stones, I will try one last time to bring you to your senses. Please stop what you are doing and return to good. Together we can wipe evil from the face of the earth.
Father, never! I will be the Queen of Evil and destroy all that is good!
These words should make everything crystal clear. Time to take the last stone. Unfortunately, an unsightly rock pile blocked the way to the 4th stone and had to be cleared out of the way. Really, no stone unturned to work in a bit more game time, am I right? Very commendable.
I will destroy this land.
This rock heap was tougher than expected and... What the...
Who woke me up? Was it you? My children are all dead. You will pay for that. I will crush you.
Okay, I didn't see that coming. Of course, the anticipating evil had already expected something like this, and plunged into the fight well prepared. I hope.
What? Who do you want dead?
The Gehenna Stone spell waited to be once again unleashed upon the sadistic evil's enemies.
You desire?
The Gehenna Stones pulsed with magic. Their spell was once again available. With a menacing crunch, the huge stone monster hit the ground. The stone-hewing evil had triumphed. It debated having a new bathroom built from the remains. Taking the fourth stone was now child's play. So easy, in fact, that we'll just cover it in a short cutscene and spare you all that annoying clicking. All the seals had now been broken, and the demons thirsted to unleash chaos, destruction, and folk music upon the world at the ultimate evil's side. Okay, maybe I made that last point up. Grimly was still searching for the Dark Elf and the evil around her. On the other hand, she had asserted herself against her father Tanos and resisted the forces of good. But by the time his spies, much to their horror, found the Gehenna Stones destroyed, the inconspicuous evil's army had already moved on. The Ashspring Swamplands. While grimly Hammerhand's henchmen were looking for Thalya and the Absolute Evil's army, they in turn were slowly marching through the gloom of the Ashspring Swamplands towards the dwarven town of Steelsmith. This idyllic area provided the unique opportunity to secure additional allies, Undead. Whilst elsewhere, Grimly's scouts took the trouble to turn every stone in their search for Thalya, and I mean that literally. She was marching towards the town of Steelsmith, the seat of the Dwarven King. However, after a not in the least bit subtle hint from the not at all tactful evil, she had taken a little detour through the Ashspring Swamplands. Here, the ancient, cursed bones of long-forgotten soldiers lay uneasy in their graves, waiting only for the necessary nudge to finally rise and play the Talking Dead, or whatever it's called. Unfortunately, and of course purely coincidentally, Grimly, the racist Dwarven King, was also currently in Ashspring.
Aye, chop more wood. I don't have enough resources. I want to build a barracks to hire knights and foot soldiers. I also need some for these palisades. Which idiot is responsible for this, please? My right toe could build a better defense on its own. Now, fix it. And over there, we'll build a watchtower. Or two.
Grimly is here. Excellent. I'll beat every single goddamned prejudice out of that bearded drunk's alcohol-soaked carcass. And some of these undead wannabes lying around here in their graves are going to help me. Let's see how that drunken idiot likes facing a few brain-hungry zombies. Not that he needs to be afraid with that little bird brain of his. Thalya? Are you sure you don't want to reconsider? Undead? How low have we sunk? Ugh. Are you still there? I thought I'd finally seen the last of you in the previous mission. Anyway, shut up and let me work. I must raise the living dead.
So in order to start the Night of the Living Dead, our protagonist, the currently eating a chicken leg Evil's envoy, had to reach the region's largest cemeteries and recruit their undead. Ah! One of the lucky Evil's little snots had discovered a hidden arcanium. Here demons could create valuable mana, which on the one hand they themselves needed, while on the other could also be used for powerful spells. And so it was that the first demon began to generate powerful mana in the arcanium. Ah, delicious mana. I like to spread it on my Sunday morning croissant as my wife passes me a cup of tea and massages my feet as I open the newspaper to the obituaries. But back to the subject. Mana was also important to the couldn't care less about Sunday morning croissants Evil because, on the one hand, his higher level demons loved the stuff, and on the other hand, it could be used to cast powerful spells. Of course, the excited Evil couldn't wait to promptly try it out. Spiders have spread throughout the underground.
Take me to the enemy!
Payday.
Just wait. Hey! Keep your hands to yourself. To yourself. Ah! Hasta la vista, baby.
Aye, I knew it. That damn pointy-eared wench is sneaking around here somewhere. Let's go, men. Double the watches and leave something for me.
Ah, you have no chance against me and the ultimate evil. I can smell your beer breath all the way down into my dungeon, you drunken shrimp.
Spread out and find her.
The presence of the inconspicuous as a rainbow-colored dog evil's army was no longer a secret. In fact, it was amazing it had escaped the warriors of good for so long. Well, their leader was a dwarf and he had lots of beer, but I digress. Hopefully the dungeon's defenses are ready. Enemies have entered the dungeon.
It's payday.
Ugh, what?
Cut more trees, you sleepyheads. We need more wood.
Good will fall.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Thanos! Ooh! I want Thanos's head. More power. More power! Hasta la vista, baby! Everything good must die. undead! Up you get! Fight for me and regain your honor! I am Isildur's heir! I mean, the deathly pale evil's messenger. Fight for me, and I will consider your oath fulfilled. An oath that you never swore! Excuse me, I seem to have mixed a few things up.
Splendid speech, but good enough for the mindless hordes buried here, who excitedly signaled their approval, even if it was with nothing more than a moaned Braiiiins. And so, the walking dead arose to serve the abominable evil. And of course, his eloquent envoy with the split personality.
Hey! I can hear you!
I certainly hope so. I don't want to just waste my insults.
We'll talk later. Go, undead. Destroy the living.
A new room has been discovered in the dungeon.
Hey!
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Drop me on the enemy. Evil will triumph.
Defend the Dungeonheart.
Ouch! Evil will triumph! You desire?
And the living dead rose.
Sure showed him. Sure showed him. More undead joined the monstrous evil, and with a spirited, if moaned, Braiiiins staggered off towards the human defenders, the glorious...
Hey, that's my text. You don't even appear in this dialogue at all.
Your problem for taking such a long ciggy break. I'll take over your job in the long run. That's something we can both agree on.
Are your two personalities conspiring against me? Huh. As a narrator, I am unsurpassed. If you heard the stories I tell in the bar on weekends... forget about that. Additional undead have been secured for the insidious evil. Suddenly, a few dissatisfied bears appeared directly in front of Thalya. Exactly, bears. And they attacked.
Hey!
This had nothing to do with a certain narrator's injured pride, but made total sense within the framework of the story. Biters, I mean zombies, I mean undead, oh, whatever. Rise!
Move it, you slackers! We need more resources.
Take that! Even more undead. Yes, walk my mindless hordes and destroy the living. Do you always have to be so evil? Ugh. Is that a trick question? Naturally. Who, if not me?
And even more undead marched against the human defenses in the glamorous evil's name. They didn't stand a chance. But suddenly, and this had nothing to do with the protagonist's previous insults, evil bears once again appeared to attack Thalya.
Hey, it's all right, okay? You can keep your job. I'm sorry.
Almost miraculously, a bolt of lightning hit the bears and killed them on the spot. Amazing. But of course, it all made sense within the greater framework of this story. And zombies rose from their graves. Your Dungeonheart is under attack.
And stay down! Everything evil comes from above. Command me. Everything good must die. I am the Queen of Evil. Command me.
And again, the brain-hungry zombies rose against the human defenses.
My grandmother could build this base faster and protect it better than you.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Queen of Evil! From above. Time to take out the trash. Destroy them all!
It's payday.
Time to take...
The Walking Dead set out to destroy...
What are you doing, you deadbeats? Are you seriously going to let a few old corpses get the better of you? Take care of this vermin before I kick your asses so hard you fly all the way to Stormbreeze, where you can tell Thanos personally what a bunch of God's damn cowards you really are.
Ouch! Ouch! I am the evil.
I have to leave you now because I have to prepare something back home. But you hold the fort here. Got it? Good. then take care of them.
With these heroic words, Grimly, the great dwarf king, took to his heels and ran. Some might think it cowardly.
Yes, the damn coward. But we'll get him and then we'll organize an intervention. We'll tear him a new one.
My goodness, what a turn of phrase. Outrageous. Still, it was a desire I can only agree with. Come on, for the validation-craving evil. Biters, I mean zombies, I mean undead, or whatever. Rise!
Isn't that palisade finished yet? Get a move on, you lazy goddamn slackers!
The Dungeonheart is being attacked. Your Dungeonheart is under attack. It's payday. There are enemies in your dungeon. Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Time to die. The absolute evil. I want Tanos's head. Yeah? Oh, hey! What can I do for you? Who do you want dead? What's up? Who do you want killed? Time to take out the trash. Destroy them all! What do you want me to do?
It's payday. and the good people's defensive camp went up in flames. The pitiful survivors ran in panic and dispersed in all directions.
Ha! Those cowards! See how they run! Isn't that funny?
It does have something comical about it. Even the zombies emitted a laughing moan before pushing on to get some tasty brains before the others did.
Steelsmith wasn't built in a day, but if you lame asses had been there, the entrance gate still wouldn't be finished!
Hey! I'm the Queen of Evil! What's up? Now it is time to find Grimly and give him his rightful punishment.
What rightful punishment?
Oh, rightful or not, what do I care? As long as the dwarf suffers!
The lands of Ashspring were wholly under the crazed evil's control. Every now and then, a confused zombie would pop up, even though the living had already been driven out. But that didn't matter, for the absolute evil's hordes set out for Steelsmith, King Grimly's headquarters. The Battle of Steelsmith. Led by Thalya, the brutal evil's army had reached the dwarven town of Steelsmith and made ready to storm it. Inside, the fierce dwarven King Grimly planned its defense.
All right, you lazy buggers, get ready. That evil horde is going to show up with that pointy-eared cow any moment now. But Steelsmith is a fortress like none they've ever seen. So, take your positions, and don't forget the elf is mine. I'm going to make slippers out of her ears. Did you hear the rumbling? They're here. I feel it in my right corn. Send out the scouts, and prepare the death hammer!
Finally, the time of the great battle was at hand. Thalya's troops had taken the quickest route from the Ashspring Swamplands, and they were full of anger and determination to win this final confrontation.
I wouldn't say that. I'm still trying to persuade myself to return to the forces of good.
Okay. A part of Thalya burned with anger and determination to win this final confrontation. Another wanted to form work groups and look after the bonsai garden.
Ugh, ignore my little moments. I'm going to crush that goddamn dwarf. He's made his last stupid comment about elves. I'm going to make gloves out of his beard.
What's this whole thing about everybody using bits of their opponents for slippers or gloves? That's incredibly unhygienic. The time had come. Thalya began to raise a great army for the erratic evil. The excavation happy evil came upon the room in which some dwarves. The excavation happy evil came upon the room in which some dwarves were trapped. No matter how they got there, they didn't look at all grateful.
Ouch!
Thalya, open those pointy ears of yours.
I have a surprise for you and the Hellspawn. Something world-shaking.
Come on, men! Fire the Death Hammer!
The goddess. Is that...
Grimly had had a gigantic hammer built. The Death Hammer. This caused not only a disturbance in the force, but also in the ground, causing a massive earthquake. The effect on the dungeon was clearly noticeable. The Dungeonheart in particular could only withstand but a few such blows.
How do you like that, you damned evil brood?
Now, we just have to take a few minutes to rewind.
But it was damn well worth it. Stay and enjoy the show, evil scum.
In his own lovingly insulting manner, Grimly made it clear to Thalya and the perplexed Evil that pulling back would not be an option. The giant hammer had to be destroyed.
We can't stay here. That thing has to be destroyed. After analyzing it briefly, I've discovered a great weakness.
Throw something through the 2-meter-wide cooling vent to destroy the reactor.
What? Nonsense! The thing is standing right there, so we can smash it to pieces.
Oh, why did I expect sophisticated tactics when I'm hanging around with bloodthirsty, not exactly intelligent evil creatures?
Death from above. Time to take out the... Evil will triumph. incredibly strong! And stay down!
What do you want? The giant's hammer! When do you want it? Now!
It's payday.
Daughter, reconsider your deeds. You can still turn back. No one need die today. Except these disgustingly evil creatures, perhaps, but certainly neither Grimly nor you.
This bloke is more stubborn than those phone marketing people who are always trying to get me to buy some shite.
I too think that we should maybe rethink this. It is now time for dwarves to die! Not gonna get up. so much for your death hammer, Grimly. Oh, did we break your toy? Are you going to cry like a little baby? Boo-hoo-hoo.
You'll pay for that. Don't be giving yourselves any medals yet. The Dwarven Empire will strike back. Of that you can be sure.
We could still solve this peacefully. You? Now? Really? In my moment of triumph? There is nothing you can't ruin, is there? Sorry. Holy crap! You're even good to me! Sister, you have some real issues. I have to go take care of a Dwarven king and tear his city apart. Follow me to Steelsmith!
Payday.
Evil is unstoppable! These cowardly dwarves have actually blown up the bridge. I mean, it's good for my ego to be feared that greatly, but how are we going to get through there now?
The having a look around Evil's army had discovered a stone heap. Just a little brute force, and it would fall into the ravine to form something like a bridge. Computer game logic.
Folks, this evil vermin is faster than I thought. We have to speed things up. All right, men, activate the second Death Hammer!
Another one of those things? Ah, damn it all anyway. Get ready for impact!
With a kaboom! The second death hammer hit on the ground and sent its destructive waves toward the dungeon. The Dungeonheart groaned under the blow. This death hammer also had to be destroyed quickly in order to save the Dungeonheart.
Just to make sure nothing happens to my poor little hammer, I also built an SLD-26 magical tower shield generator. So knock yourselves out!
Generously, the foolish Dwarf King Grimly revealed the safety mechanisms to the listening and taking notes Evil. Before the second death hammer could be turned off, a team would have to land on Endor. I mean, the eager for a Star War Evil had to destroy the magic shield.
Right then. First, we'll destroy the magical tower, and then Death Hammer number 2. No problem. We're good at breaking things.
Oh, that's where my dwarf troop was trapped. Good thing.
The Deathly Pale Evil had erected a cemetery. From now on, it could supply its own walking dead. Practically enough, heroes who had kicked the bucket were dropped here and then turned into brainless zombies. As an alternative, banshees could also be inspired to join the Burning Evil's army there. There are enemies in your dungeon.
Hey! Hasta la vista, baby. Tell me what to do. Good will fall.
Payday. Heroes want to attack one of your islands of evilness.
What can I do for you? Ouch! Ouch! More power! Bye-bye, baby!
I'll show you where the hammer hangs. So, second verse, same as the first. Hands off my SLD-26 magical tower shield generator!
Hey, Grimly, your toys break easily. My pals barely got their hands on it and it broke. So, people, let's have a look at this second death hammer, shall we?
Keep your hands to yourself and I'll bite your fingers off, you God's damned wench. Right, men, prepare the Death Hammer!
Grimly seemed a little desperate upon seeing the occasionally gigging as a stand-up comedian Evil turned out to be a brilliant strategist. It relentlessly sent its armies towards the second Death Hammer.
Oh, these things are pretty fragile, aren't they? Grimly, I think I accidentally broke both your hammers. I'm so sorry.
I'll strangle you in my bare hands, Gil! You God's damned disgusting...
In order to make sure we don't have to cut out all of Grimly's cursing, I'll just take over here. The brilliant Evil had succeeded. The second Dwarven Hammer was also history, and its army marched inexorably towards the dwarven town of Steelsmith. Something else permeated the smell of metalworking that wafted from the city towards the dungeon. The smell of the dwarves' fear.
For good reason, too. We're going to tear their city apart. We could still return to the side of good. Let me think about it for a second. No.
Payday.
Hey, Thalya, I have a surprise for you. You know that all good things come in threes?
Honestly, do you have another one of those damn death hammers?
A death hammer? Ha! I have 3 death hammers!
What? The whole thing times 3? Not very imaginative, if you ask me. You are so...
Stop! Hammer time!
Together, the 3 Death Hammers had a lot more power than a single one. It would certainly be better for the Dungeonheart if they too were quickly put out of action.
What do you want, Dad? Ouch! I will destroy this land. I am the Queen of Evil. Is indescribable.
So, that's the way you want it. I'll take care of you myself. For death and glory, the horn of Grimly Hammerhand shall sound in the deep one last time. Men, let this be the hour when we draw swords together. Now for wrath, now for ruin, and the Red Dawn!
Finally, we meet Grimly. Your final hour has come. You desire?
Defend the Dungeonheart.
Hasta la vista, baby! We'll destroy this land. Ooh!
It's payday. With these words, Grimly, the Dwarven King, breathed his last.
A well-earned victory for evil! Ha! All the legends and stories that revolve around good heroes. Utter nonsense. In the end, evil will always triumph. Time to enjoy my victory.
Thalya, what have you done? You killed Grimly! I will have to punish you for this. Stay where you are. I'll be there in a couple of hours.
Apparently, Tanos was anything but enthusiastic about his foster daughter's deeds. The insightful Evil knew that a confrontation was not yet advisable and ordered Thalya to travel west, always west.
We could always wait for Father and try to explain everything to him. Oh, come on. Even my good side can't be that naive. He'll skin me alive if he gets his hands on me. There's no way I should get anywhere near him until his anger has cooled. Oh, unfortunately, I'm afraid I have to agree with my evil me. We should let the grass grow over the whole thing first.
Oh, good and evil in agreement. A rare stroke of luck, I'd say. So it was time to run. Here, the only problem was, as usual, his own death. After the Dwarven King Grimly suffered a premature death at the hands of the hero-beating Evil's armies, the Dark Elf Thalya got herself out of dodge. She took the evil creatures and retreated into the tunnels and mines of Steelsmith, which were connected to the most remote places in the world. The hasty departure proved to be very wise indeed, for shortly afterwards, Tanos appeared on the scene, and with him, a mighty army of good. When he found his dwarven friend's lifeless body, he screamed his pent-up anger out into the world, as overly emotional heroes are often prone to do. A few hours later, Tanos gathered with his 2 remaining comrades and commanders in his tent. We will now repeat approximately what was said. I, the evil will destroy us. We are lost. Wail, wail, and so on. In the end, Tanos called his fellow soldiers to order and commanded them to return to their respective empires and strengthen their defenses. So it was time to do what all good folks do: hide themselves behind thick walls in fear and hope that the storm would pass them by and hit the others. How exceedingly honorable. In the meantime, Tanos sent out some spies to track down his evil student. The Dark Elf had, by then, beaten her way through the mines of Steelsmith, accidentally awakened an army, and fled from a whip-swinging demon. The usual stuff that happens when traveling through dwarven tunnels. At least they had left Tanos and the armies of good far behind them, and now moved almost unmolested through the countryside, determined to continue spreading chaos and horror.